I made Five Nights at Freddy's in 7 days. Now, let's find out. Now, if I had a dime for every time I tried to remake Five Nights at Freddy's, I'd have 2, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. The first time happened about 2 years ago and it was, believe it or not, one of the first games I made. I even made a cool VHS tape for it.
Welcome to Night Eye and Friends Horror Attraction. If you're being shown this particular VHS tape, then you're probably the unfortunate pick for our weekly, 3 times a week nightly testing.
Now, I never completed this, but if you want to test it out, it's on my HIO page and I might forget, but the link should be in the description. But enough about that. Five Nights at Freddy's, in case you don't know, is a quote-unquote indie horror game by Scott Cawthon, where you're a security guard who has to close doors, look at cameras, and turn on lights to fend off a possessed bear, rabbit, chicken, and a fox. And of course, there's the
lore. Guys, the lore, it's the lore. The lore is here, guys. Look into my eyes and feel the discovery of the golden lore.
But that's too complex, so we'll just stick to gameplay and a tiny bit of context. Firstly, as always, I'm going to start off with the player. I placed the first person controller in the scene and modified the code to give the player a flashlight. Then I made a model for a flashlight in Blockbench. Next, I made the night guard office and the area outside where you move around. Then I thought about making animatronics, but I realized I'm not the best in modeling characters, so I borrowed some enemies for the game. For the game, I'm going for more of a modern first-person feel as opposed to the point-and-click style of early FNAF games. There's a timer for when the game ends, and you have limited flashlight battery. The first animatronic is named Tuggle. He's a toad. Tuggle walks towards your office from a path behind you, and you have to make sure to lure him back to his closet with a buzzer before he gets into the office. The second is named Zabob. He is a blue demon. Zabob appears on the monitor on the right hallway and messes with your electronics until you look at him for long enough. The third is Scully. He's a floating demon with a skull mask and the main character of the game. Scully's always in a vent in the office but moves closer every once in a while. Make sure to flash your light when you hear the venting, only when you hear the vent, or else he pop up and jump scare you. After putting all those in and making the animatronics work, I did some polishing and made the game look more appealing. And for the final step, the lore. This is the story. You're a night guard in a horror attraction the night before Halloween. The animatronics always act up the night before Halloween, and you need to put them in their place or you're gonna, be 6 feet under. And I know you viewer are probably thinking, but isn't that almost like the story of FNAF 3? And to say that, yes it is. But what do you want me to do? Every night guard and animatronic story is taken, so
Kill yourself!
okay, I am going to give a quick 30-second demo because I want you to see this, but I also don't want to overexpose the game, so you can play it after watching. And I'm not really good at commentary, so it's just gonna be a gameplay.
Welcome to Scully's. Thank you for taking the Halloween Eve shift. As a night guard officer, you must keep the animatronics stable, as they tend to act up every Halloween.
And that is time. If you want to play the game for yourself, go to my HIO page at samogdev.itch.io or click the link in the description. As always, like, subscribe, and have a good day, evening, or night.